Good afternoon. This is going to be the weekly reading for Leo, and I am going to give the same spiel that I've given in my last 10 videos. If I would ever say something where I would seem to, I can't think of the word, kind of go against what I've said before, it's because I'm on a spiritual journey as well, and I'm learning and growing. And sometimes I might say something and like later on it doesn't resonate and contradict. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. If I ever tend to contradict myself, it's because my energy is always changing. And as I learn things, I release things that don't resonate as well. So I just wanted to say that. Second of all, when I first started this channel, I did not know which direction I was going to go in. But I have decided that I'm going to say that I am not a fortune teller. I want to go with energy reports. These are going to be weekly energy reports because I do believe that we all are co-creators with the universe. We all can tap into that power anytime that we want to and create any type of reality that we want by where we vibrate at. So these messages are to help you to clear any type of self-limiting beliefs or any type of blocks. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog. And then I've got another dog. She's an older dog, and she's underneath my feet right now, and she never does that. But she's been kind of deteriorating, so it's another reason I'm really having a hard time focusing right now because I'm really kind of worried about her because I've been real reluctant to take her and put her down. I've been really just kind of hoping Mother Nature would take its course, but she's real comfortable. She's just laying under my feet where she must want comfort because she never does this, and she's been doing it all day. But back to the subject. So any type of self-limiting beliefs that you have, any type of blocks to abundance, that's what I'm going to give in this energy report. And this is for the collective for Leo. If you would like a personalized reading where I can let you know definitely what's come through from spirit for you on an individual basis, what's blocking you in abundance, then I can do that. So with that public service announcement being made, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And the first card that I have is the Three of Discs, which is the same thing as the Pentacles. This is a controlling energy, and I sensed that right away when I pulled these cards, that there is definitely a controlling energy here. And this is about chasing and pushing away things that we want because we want to do it ourselves. And we never have control. Illusion control is an illusion. From the time you are incarnated into the physical form that you're in right now, your divine purpose and your path has been set forth. In fact, you decided what kind of experiences you wanted to have before you even incarnated here. And to try and have control is a fear-based energy. And the message that's coming through is that you don't have to know everything. Really be in a place of faith that everything's being divinely guided and that the universe as a whole has your back, and that you don't have to work so hard and you don't have to obsess and worry about things. Because to clarify that card, we have the craving, compulsion, and obsession. And this definitely goes along with that controlling energy that I'm sensing. And this is really a fearful energy, the fear that if you don't make it happen, it's not going to happen. And it's one thing to pursue your dreams. It's another to obsess and worry about it to the point that you're pushing it away. You're actually repelling what you want right now by the fact that you are trying to see it in a certain way. Let's say, for example, you want wealth. You want to be wealthy, okay? And you're just working your ass off, working and putting in all kinds of overtime and really trying to make it happen because you're really in pursuit of it. You're really chasing it. And maybe, just maybe, the way that wealth is going to come to you would be for you to start your own business and take vacations, take trips, and balance work and play. And with that being said, you can actually bring more money to you this way than by working 70, 80 hours a week. And so do release your expectations of how you think that what it is that you are after, what it is that you're wanting, whether it be a person or a set of circumstances. Be very mindful about any type of expectations you attach to that, because you are limiting yourself. These are self-limiting thoughts, and it's a mental prison. So go with the flow and know that whatever it is that's for you is coming towards you. And release the hold on it. Release your grip so that the energy can flow. Energy has to flow. You cannot stifle it that way. We have the Knight of Cups, and this is a very fast-paced night. This one, this energy is an immature energy. This is the energy that I'm getting with this card, is that you are chasing after something because you believe that it's going to fulfill you. And the analogy I gave earlier today, because I did a live video on my Facebook page, it's Tracy Lynn Porter in Anderson, Indiana. I'm not real private with details. I don't worry that somebody's going to, cyber stalk me or come in my house and do things to me. I know a lot of people are like really paranoid about that, but I'm not. I do ask that if you would send me a request, send me a message first and let me know who you are. If I can figure out how to get to my filtered messages, since they updated my messenger, but that's another story. Okay, so we have this Knight of Cups. And the analogy that I gave earlier was, this is like waiting for happiness. Okay, if I can get a sports car, get a raise at work, if I can have this person who I believe is going to fulfill me on my arm when I go out, and, other people will look at me and they will feel like I've got it going on, and this will validate me and give my life meaning. When actually, that's not how it works. You have to fulfill your own cup first, and you have to really know what's going to make you happy on a soul level, because these things are fleeting. Never put all of your happiness in the basket of something that can be taken from you. And then when it's taken from you, what are you going to do? Are you going to just be miserable again? So do make sure, be very mindful of whatever it is you are trying to manifest, that it is truly for you. It is really what you want, because your soul's not going to bring it to you if it's not going to feed your soul anyway. So if it's something you're trying to manifest, that might be why it's not showing up, because it's not for you and you're not coming from a pure heart. You have other motives. You're basically trying to fill a void. And that's the message that came through with that. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. I got another message that's came through. And this is for any of you Leos out there that are in a relationship, have been in a relationship for a long time. And maybe the spark isn't there anymore. Maybe you woke up one day and you're like, man, this is just not for me. And, maybe you're losing interest. See how he's kind of lost interest? You see that? How he just doesn't even want to hear it. And it's not funny, because I've been in this situation after 20 years of marriage. I started going through my own spiritual awakening. And I was like, what the hell? I basically married someone who was a fixer-upper. He had a mental illness, and very serious, very, very serious mental illness. Not that all mental illnesses are not serious, but he is schizophrenic. And a lot of people were like, did you have kids with him before or after you found out that he had this? I said, well, I knew. I had children with him, and it was a very rough marriage. Very rough. But, I have always been a fixer-upper. I'm like, well, I really didn't feel like I had enough self-confidence to go out and get somebody who was already complete and whole, so I'm just going to build a man. And then I'm going to complain about it when I don't get out of the marriage what I'm putting into it, because I'm putting in 90 and he's putting in 10%. But I set it up that way because I wanted to make myself very, very valuable so that I would not be discarded. And that really reflected on me. So the energy that I'm getting with this is that if some of you wake up one morning, you're like, what in the hell am I doing? Really check yourself and really look at any type of cycles or patterns that you might have been in. Like, are you a fixer-upper? And now this no longer resonates with you because you have reached a certain level of consciousness and you've done so much soul searching that maybe the job that you're at now, the partner that you're with, no longer resonate with you. We have the Knave of Wands. And basically, I feel like this has to do with chasing rainbows. Out here really looking for something and someone to satisfy you when you have everything that you need within right now. Because to clarify that card, we have the attachment card. And Buddha says that the source of all suffering is attachment. And it is, because when we attach ourselves to others, we look to them to fulfill us. And a lot of times we get into, this disease to please. We want to overgive. And we do that so that we can get something back out of it. And then we're very attached and codependent to that person because it's like they are the source for our validation, for our self-esteem. If that's the case, then you're going to have days where you feel bad because you're not able to get what you need from this person. And you're going to feel taken advantage of. And you're going to feel like, man, I've given you my whole world and, you can't do this for me. You can't, show me love. But love is not a verb. Love is a sense of being, and it starts within. It starts with you. So do detach. It's very painful at first when you start detaching from codependent situations. It's very, very painful. It's almost like coming off a very, very bad drug because it's so addictive. But you do this by facing your fears and knowing that it's not going to kill you and it is for your highest good. We have the Wheel of Fortune card. And the energy that I get with this is that everything has happened in order to wake you up to who you are. You had to have all of these experiences so that you could wake up one day and be like, wow, all of this really did happen to help me open to my eyes to who I truly am. This was a soul awakening. This is that Wheel of Fortune, that everything's being divinely guided and that there are no mistakes on this journey called life. There are only lessons. And as long as you learn your lesson, it was not a mistake at all. To clarify that card, we have the Queen of Hearts. What does it say? Love is my religion. That's beautiful. We are all of us as souls, we are from pure source energy, which is unconditional love. And we learn unconditional love by giving it to ourselves first. And how do you learn this? By accepting all of the parts of you. I was faced over the weekend with some real deal fears. This moon really shook me up, this full moon. And I really was able to release some patterns that I've been stuck in. And it was painful. And I considered it to be another ego death. I've had many. And the ego does not want to die. The ego does not want you to be happy. It's going to tell you lies and tell you stories and have you believing those things. So do really check that and make sure that any of the stories you've told yourself, you clear them. Because they are from ego. And your ego does not want you to be happy. And a lot of times we have to ask ourselves, do we want to be right or do we want to be in an intimate relationship? And so this really involves really going deep and really looking at any aspects of ourselves where our ego is leading us and guiding us and wanting us to believe certain things. It came to me this morning. I was driving in the car and I thought, you know what? Because I just made that live video this morning. We are all raised by our parents to have certain beliefs. Some of us automatically question them, because I was raised in a family that, had very closed-minded views. And I questioned them at a young age. I was a free thinker. But some people don't. And true maturity and true growth is questioning things you were taught as a child, the stories you were told, the groups of people you were told to be scared of, or that your religion is the only religion in the world that's true. Really question these, because this is how you really grow and evolve. We have the Nine of Cups. This is the Make-A-Wish. But, you see how she's just sitting there and she's just kind of looking out. I mean, she's in like a whole teacup with a gingerbread man with a bird vase pouring bubbles in the teacup with this amazing dessert waiting on her. I mean, this, she should be pretty happy. I know I'd be pretty happy if I were in that situation. I'm just saying. But at the same time, she looks like she's longing. She's looking out and she's longing for something that she doesn't have. Once again, the way that we manifest is by focusing on what we do have and not what we don't have. We start focusing on what we don't have, and we start trying to make plans and preparing for how are we going to live without what we don't have. And sure enough, we manifest what we prepare for. So do be very present and enjoy life, enjoy moments like this. I mean, not very many of us are going to have this type of Candyland moment, but I'm just saying, put it into perspective. Whatever it is that is going on with you right now, find reasons to be happy. To clarify that card, we have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. That really does clarify that card. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Really get out. And this is not so much about rekindling a flame that you have now or connecting with someone else. This is about connecting to your own soul. This is loving yourself. And how do you love yourself? By treating yourself. And that's not necessarily getting manicures and pedicures or, whatever it is that you do to treat yourself. This can be going out to the park and walking and just really getting out where you live at and playing, finding a way to play, go out on a boat, go fishing. We have the Death card, and we have the Death twice. Twice we have the Death card. And so that the message that I'm getting with this is that sometimes situations have to die. And this means releasing people and situations and circumstances that no longer resonate with us. And this can be quite painful. But it happens, I mean, after 20 years of marriage, I was like, man, I'm not happy at all. And I need to go. I mean, I look like a real bad guy because I walked away from being a caregiver, for a lot of years. But I had to do what was best for me. And so do always put yourself first and do so without guilt. Don't let guilt hold you in a situation. That message came through. Alchemist. This is all about turning your fears into love. And I learned how to do that over the weekend. I had a couple fears that kept coming up and kept showing themselves to me in different situations. Now, I had gotten to the point in my evolution that I no longer blamed others when these showed up. Okay, this is not people intentionally trying to treat me bad. This is my own soul bringing these lessons to me so that I can see that these fears have been playing in the background the whole time. Well, finally, I came face to face with those fears over the weekend, and I thought, man, I don't know how to clear them. They keep coming back. So I watched the most amazing video with Eckhart Tolle, and he said the way you deal with fears is by facing them, feeling whatever comes up, no matter how painful it is, because it's not going to kill you, and then accepting that about yourself. Accept the fact that you do get scared. Accept the fact that you do have that fear. That is how you love yourself unconditionally, and that is how you change fears into love. Because once you really accept that and love that about yourself anyway, it diminishes. It no longer has power over you. That's how you take your power back. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And this is an earth energy. This is in the physical realm. This is a completion of this cycle of whatever type of shitty situations you've been attracting in your life. You are about to start attracting higher vibrational situations. Now that you are aware of things, of cycles that you've been in and why you've been attracting the situations you've been attracting. That is how you clear them, is by shining light on them, and that's what you're doing. To clarify that, we have Vanessa. To make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? So, this could be changing a job. This could be, like I said, releasing things that don't feed your soul. That whole working 70, 80 hours a week and not getting anywhere, just spinning your wheels. Doing your life purpose, something that would make your life more meaningful. What will bring you closer to that? And what will give you true satisfaction? I already did that coffin card. We have the Wealthy Man. And you've got to really ask yourself what true wealth is. And that is what is rewarding to you. I mean, is it working overtime to pay bills and not getting a break and living from vacation to vacation, not really living until you take a vacation, and the whole other time you're just like a robot just going through the motions? Is that success? Or is success being able to take trips with your family and go out on boats and go see the ocean and take time off, go pitch a tent in the woods? A message of concern. The message of concern, I feel like, is this message that you're getting today. Really take what resonates, because this isn't going to resonate with everyone. But if something does resonate with you, really take it and really look at it and really take a good long look. A lot of times we chase situations and people to avoid looking at ourselves. This takes the focus off of ourselves. So do definitely do some soul searching this week. Well, this is your weekly reading, Leo, and in the description of the video, I will include my contact information. Thank you for watching.